Hello, hello. See if anybody shows up. I know that I've been it's been a while since I did a prayer. Oh, all right, guys. Yeah, I was just saying, it's been a while since I did a prayer. I was traveling and doing lots of other things, and just glad to be back home, man. I had a really challenging trip back home. Got stuck in the snow. Well, first off, all our flights got delayed, canceled, and all those things. And then there was like no rental cars available because of spring break and whatnot. And it's just kind of crazy. But we ended up figuring something out. We ended up flying to Dallas, driving home from there, and then all the roads were blocked off. So we had to, try to take the back roads. Then we got stuck in the snow, dug ourselves out with like, oh, just a stick. And I was like, y'all wouldn't believe this, but I was like low kicking the snow because we didn't have any shovel. I was like 1 to 2 inches of snow, or 1 to 2 feet of snow. And I was doing like little foot sweeps trying to clear the snow out the car. And even like a truck tried pulling us out, and they, broke the hitch on the back trying to pull us out. So they were like, sorry guys. So we ended up the reason they couldn't pull us out was because the center of the car was like elevated on the snow. So we had to like so I found the stick and I just started chopping away at it. Crazy as hell. But we ended up getting out. And but anyway, so yeah, I'm sure y'all heard about the Denver snowstorm that came, and yeah, there was even like AAA trucks getting stuck and everybody's getting stuck, but we ended up getting back, so safe and sound and everything, and we made it to practice on time. So uh so yeah, that's why I was trying to rush home. But fight's been announced. Training camp's going good. Got settled in this last week and everything's on point, and feeling really strong and excited. Excited for the biggest fight of my life. So I'm glad you guys are all here, and I'm assuming, you know, everybody came here to pray with me. So, and it's kind of funny because the Bible verse that I have, the Bible app on my phone, and and actually I have a couple crazy little stories about this Bible verse, or this Bible app on my phone is pretty awesome. And the Bible verse today, pretty simple. 1 Thessalonians 5:17. All it says is pray continuously. So that pretty much spoke to me today. Like, all right, need to get back on this, and I have some prayers for y'all. But also, I have a interesting little story. I had a really disturbing dream, and you know, it was pretty disturbing where I wasn't myself. I was somebody else. And I don't know if y'all had these dreams before where you knew you're experiencing something as somebody else. And I knew it because I had hair, so I knew I wasn't myself. But I was in a rehab group, or the person that I was experiencing, this person was a suicidal person in a rehab facility or group. And there was a group of like 3. And instead of trying to talk these people out of suicide, they basically gave them a safe space to do it. So the whole group, and I'm experiencing this, right? I'm feeling all of this that's going on. So they're like, all right, so you're just going to be in this pool. We're going to fill up the pool. You're going to hold on to the railing, and then you're just going to do it, right? You're just going to like let yourself drown or whatever. And so I was thinking in my head, like, well, first off, I'm not having any control of this dream. I was thinking to myself, like, this is crazy, but okay. And so, I'm like holding on to it, or the person or whatever is holding on. And as the water's filling up, just like kind of creeping up, kind of scared to do it. And eventually, me being that person was like, fuck, I can't do it. like, why am I such a coward? Then I look over to the right, and the person that was leading the group was this like orb, or it wasn't even a person anymore. It was like I was talking to a voice, and the voice was saying, "See, you don't want to do it anymore. What's aren't you happy?" And I'm like, "Well, why can't I?" And then the voice was like, "Well, suicide is transient." And I'm thinking to myself, like, in the dream, I'm having this realization, like, what the hell? Because I'm not like huge on vocabulary. I heard the word transient before, but I never really used it. And I was like, what the heck does transient mean? And the voice was like, everything's transient, everything's temporary, and all that stuff. And instantly I knew, like, the memory of that word, or the meaning of the word popped into my head. And I was like, well, that's weird. But the voice was right. And I realized, going back, like, after this whole story, I realized I was talking to God in my dream. But it was kind of crazy because the voice was saying that everything's transient and all this stuff, and it's just the feeling, like, people that get depressed or suicidal and all these things, it's just a feeling, and you just have to persevere through it and let it pass, right? So I, like, woke up in the middle of the night. I was like super disturbed by all that, so I, like, prayed on it, and I was like, what the heck is the meaning of this? Like, I was asking to have some type of discernment about all that. Then, so fast forward to the next day, and I have a friend that comes over and is helping me with some stuff. And you know, and then she kind of said basically like, "Oh, I wish I was going to I wish I could, go to y'all seminar in Florida, cuz but I'm going somewhere else." I was like, "Oh, where are you going? Or why are you going there?" And then she's like, "Well, I have a I have a friend that's in a rehab facility, and she asked me to come down and talk to her because she doesn't want to be here anymore." And I said, "What?" It's like, that is super weird. So then I was like, I told her my dream that I had. And then she was like, "Whoa." And she was like, "That's so crazy because I didn't know what to say to her." Like, and I didn't feel like I could relate and all these things. And basically, she was on suicide watch and all these things. And so, but she was like, "After hearing your story, I kind of know what to say to her now. Exactly what to say." I was like, "Well, that was crazy." So, that was like one of those, and I've had many different, like, little weird things like that happen to me. So, but that's just one story. And I hopefully, we keep doing this, and y'all will kind of get, I'll be able to record these and have a record of all these different, what would call maybe coincidences, but they're not, because that's just the way I feel like my whole life has always been. I guess I learned the word serendipity, serendipity in Florida, and I've heard there's another piece of vocabulary I learned, but that's another word I've learned, because it's not just coincidences. It's like, you know little signs and things that kind of, that like, I don't know. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, and if you don't, whatever. So, um, so I thought I'd share that. There was another, like, little Bible verse that popped. And I'm telling you, man, these little Bible verses that have been popping up my phone every day. There's just been, like, super relevant to everything that's going on and stuff. So, um, so yeah. Uh, so pray continually. One 1 Thessalonians 5:17. So I would say let's get to it. Also, just something else to think about, because I always, like, click on the verse and then I go to the chapter and then I read the whole chapter for a whole context. But it's kind of funny because, okay, so the prayer, I mean, the verse says pray continually. The one before it says rejoice always, right? Always praise, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. And it says, verse 19 says, do not quench the spirit. So that one, I've never heard that expression before, like, quench the spirit, but I guess I'm wondering if it's because the Holy Spirit is kind of to not put it out or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm definitely going to do a little bit of research on that. So anyway, I just like, oh, okay. So, all right, let's get to it. Dear Lord, thank you so much for all of the wisdom and revelations that I've been making and opening my eyes to so many different things. Thank you so much for all the people here that are praying with me and supporting me and um, just, yes, just supporting. And we thank you so much for all of the things that we have, for all the challenges that are ahead of us, for all of our family and friends that we have, the health that we have, um, the simple things that we have, and again, all the challenges that we can persevere through those things, and that we can um, test our faith and learn something about ourselves on the other side of it. So we thank you so much for all of these things, and we ask also that you that you cleanse our spirits, and that you cleanse our minds and our bodies and our all of our spirit. And we ask that you forgive us for times of being impatient or weakness or anger and frustration. We ask that you give us the patience and the perseverance so that we can learn the lessons that you need us to learn in order to do your will. We ask that you be with those who are close family and friends that are in hospital sick and maybe not doing so well. We ask that you comfort them and their families, and we ask that you comfort those that are lonely and separated from others during these times. We ask that you give us all the right intentions. Let us know the things that we need to subtract from our lives that are holding us back. We ask that you point out the things that we need to do and the action that we need to take in order to become the best version of ourselves and allow Christ into our hearts so that we can have the mind of Christ. We ask that you give strength to those that are fighting for freedom, that are fighting for a better life all around the world. And we know there's all kinds of stuff going on. So we just ask that you open people's eyes, but also reveal yourself to those that are seeking you, and comfort those that need you as well. And we ask all this in your name, Jesus Christ, our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'll try to, any other little stories like that. I don't know if that was kind of, my little dream was a little disturbing to y'all too, but I think it's kind of beautiful because, you know, it was a little bit of a revelation for me as well. Like everything is temporary, man. Everything is, except for God, right? That we're all here to be on earth to learn lessons and to pass on knowledge. So I think, and to, I guess, become Christ-like, and do his good works. So doesn't have to be, you have to change the whole world. Just do one thing at a time. Give a good smile to somebody, be a little nice to somebody, people that's around you. Yeah, just spread love and do the best you can with what you got where you're at. So good luck, everybody. I'm excited for this next week and excited for this fight. And you guys, really thankful for you guys. So enjoy.